Everyone. It's time for Heart to Heart again. My name is Elmira, aka Dr. E. Today's topic is the magic of breathing. Actually have a return guest. Her name is Agnieszka, and she's going to be her company is Breath Magic, and that's why this is all about the magic of breath. And I can say I've used breath work as part of my healing journey. I've taken some sessions with professional breath workers, and then I've done other things during my tenure with Queen Afua, where we did like fire breathing and all kinds of stuff. But the power of the breath, there is definitely so much magic in our breath, and Agnieszka is going to speak to us about how it's helped her with anxiety, with stress, and what she's been doing here lately with herself and her clients. And I know she has an event coming up this Saturday as well that you all will want to attend. But this is the power of breath. How many of you use breath work? You like actively have done something with your breath work, because often we talk about meditation and what else? Yoga. Oh my goodness, yoga is so, but yoga is about breathing. Yoga really is about breathing. It's not so much about the asanas and the postures. It's more about the breath. It truly is about the breath. And that reminds me, I need to hop on my, there's a yoga routine I skipped over the weekend because I was like double booked, and it was a full moon yoga thing. I gotta get back to that, y'all. I gotta get back to that. Get the that yoga going. You have no requests, so let's see. I'm going to see if I, oh, there are no requests to join. Do, 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 do. Just trying to get my guests in here. Uh, 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 How are y'all doing on this Monday morning? I actually was able to get out and enjoy a walk earlier than normal, because typically I will go out at in the afternoon around like 3 p.m. But today I said, no, let me get out here. I was out there at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. for my walk. For sure. It was good. It wasn't hot at all. It was definitely, I loved it. Let me see. Um, but like I was saying, the walk was amazing. It was so good today. It was so good. Did you send me a request, Agnieszka? There we go. Yes, I see it. It's it's in there. Hi, thank you for everyone who is joining in.
Yes.
Really appreciate you. Hey,
Hi.
hey.
Sorry, I'm a little bit of a hot mess this morning.
No, you're fine. This is real life.
Yeah, it is. And I
Life.
have someone here next to me, so
Hey,
trying to
she
be.
said, "Yeah, we got a friend."
Yeah.
Very good. Well, what's up today? Like, how are you doing?
I'm okay. To be honest, I just started like last week this exercise routine
Mm-hmm.
and just get healthier and like I changed around my eating and I happened to just do something to my lower back. So I had to go to the chiropractor, and now it got better, and then it got worse again. So now I have like a giant bruise on my lower back, and I have to I can't move. Like I have to like stretch it out and like, cause it's just inflammation, the chiropractor said, so it'll go down, but it's
Yeah.
insane. You
Is
can't, I'm
that
sorry, you can't have it right now.
is
Um,
that
so
inflammation just from the workout, like the new
yeah,
workout you've been doing?
yeah, cause I've been going to chiropractor for
Yeah,
years and like it's always
I
helped me.
remember. I remember you speaking about that.
So, but, yeah, I don't know. Like it's just like every time I sit, and then try to get up, it's much worse. It just gets really stiff on the bottom and like it like shoots a pain down my right leg. It's like really strange. So like, but when I stretch it out, but I'm not the one to just sit and do nothing. So like I
Right.
still am
I know
exercising,
that.
just not just avoiding that area. So, but yeah, that's other than that, I'm pretty good. Things are going well.
Good, good. Well, I was giving everybody kind of a prelude before you hopped on that you're doing breath work now. How did you get introduced to the breath work as part of how you help yourself and how you help moms?
Okay. Amelia, you cannot have this because this is Damien's snack. I want it. See what I mean? I know. You can have something else. No. Because this is the last one. I can have it. So for
She really wants to.
well, she's gonna not have it because, and if you are, then you're gonna go in your room. Anyway, so breath work, right? So first off, I was in coaching for like a couple years now. With I wasn't getting anywhere, so I kind of got down on myself. In April, I was almost ready to call it quits because I'm like, I'm doing all this time, spending all this time, and I'm not getting far, and then like neglecting my kids, and then all of that stuff. So I'm like, I just really like broke in a way, and then my last resort is like I just started to pray. Like I was never the most religious person, but then I'm like, please God, I'm like, what is there? I'm like, this can't be it. I can't go back to a regular job. I'm like, I know there's something else out there for me. I'm like, I know I have something that can help people like that, and so, and then I kept getting little signs throughout, like about breath work. So, I seen the word breathe on like, it's like when I was driving, it's one of those, screens on the side of the road. I'm like, what is that? So
And it caught
fine.
your attention too.
Yeah. So, and then I got after that, I kind of like brushed it off. I didn't think anything of it because like, but then I went on social media, like to check my, not social media, but check my email. And I got an invitation from a friend to do a breathwork session. Like she was hosting some kind of master class. And I'm like, um, nah, I'm like, so like, I'm like, maybe I'll do it or whatever. So like, I said I was interested in, but never joined. So then I'm like, and then finally what happened was I was scrolling through my Instagram. I think it was my Instagram, and somebody was offering a breathwork journey, and I'm like, and it was like right in my face. It was one of those ads that just like won't leave. So I'm like, what is that? So like
It kept popping up.
I clicked on that and it looked really intriguing. So yeah, so I signed up and then they messaged me. You know, it's actually for a program, right? So like it's to join to be a facilitator. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't really know if I want to do that. And he's like, no worries, just try the journey. And, then you can just like, whether you go for it or not is your choice. So I'm like, that's where I tried it. And it was like something like I had never ever experienced before because I was always turned off by breath work. Because I'm like, I can't sit there and breathe. I'm like, that's just boring to me. Like, I don't,
It's like y'all are
it
gonna
is
have
like,
me sit here and breathe. Like, what is this?
like we're already breathing. I'm like, what is this? So, but it was like nothing like your regular type of breath work. It was like music involved. It was like, it was a 90-minute journey. It's called 90-minute journey, but like you breathe for like 45 minutes. And it's like a connected breath. So like it's all through the mouth. So you breathe through the mouth, like you just expand your belly, gets as much oxygen in, and then like a soft exhale. So not forced. So there's more work on the inhale because you just bring oxygen is literally like clearing everything
Mm-hmm.
out of your body. It's like a holotropic breathwork session, and I actually do this in my introductions, but they usually run for like 2 to 3 hours, regular ones. But let's face it, nobody's gonna sit there and breathe
Sit
for
there
three
for
hours. So like,
like 2 to 3.
maybe if you're like a professional out there somewhere, but like, yeah, 45 minutes is like a sweet spot to get into the. Oh my God! Here, eat this, and please go and sit on the couch for 20 minutes, please. Holy moly, cannoli! Now I'm gonna have to buy more. Uh, Sorry, real life, people, real life.
It's
So
okay.
what was I saying? Oh, so it really like gets into your. First of all, let me just tell you how the experience was, because it was almost as if like I can't even explain it. It's like euphoric, like like the clarity, like you just feel like you're like an out of body experience almost, like
Right, right.
especially afterward. I mean, during it can get a little bit intense and uncomfortable, but you're in control the whole time. Nobody's pushing you to do this. And you're basically your body, when you breathe, your body is like your mind is shut off. So like you're not thinking because your mind is trying to like usually stop you, sabotage you, and like the mind chatter, like the thought
Mm-hmm.
process of like
Mm-hmm.
the negativity of it. And so that actually quiets the mind, and your body, the breath actually goes deep down inside to clear out anything that's like non-serving you. I mean, like it's been known to like a treatment for ADHD. I'm sorry, not
Hmm.
ADHD, PTSD, like chronic diseases, chronic illnesses, anxiety, depression, stuck emotions. What else? There's so much more. Money blocks, relationship issues. It's just so many things in there that like are limiting beliefs inside of us. Like, it gets rid of like the grief, the anger, all of that stuff that's like stuck in you. Like, and we just like behave like, because we're controlled 95% by our subconscious mind. So, and 80% of that is actually this, you know, is actually negative. So like the negative limiting beliefs that like are basically are keeping us playing small in the long run, because some of us think we're not good enough for something, or we think
Yeah.
that that person is better than me, or I'll never be able to do that, or I don't look good enough to do that. Like people really have like self-perception issues, self-image issues, and they stand in their own way, really. So and it's there, it's internal, like, and I noticed that I used to take a lot of stuff personally, like whatever somebody else said. I used to always think that I'm like, ew. I'm like, why are they saying that about me? Like, but like, I always thought that they were attacking me, like, and then I'm like, no, they're just trying to help, and like, sure, you'll have those negative people out there, but like now with those kind of people, those negative people, I just tend to not even like give it time of day. I'm like, okay, it's their opinion, it's their thoughts. I'm just going to move on from that. Like, I just don't really like it's the energy is not worth putting it towards that, because it's just going to take you down further. And actually, when I did this breathwork journey, that's when I was stuck. Like, I wanted to give up. I didn't want to go further in life. Like, I mean, further in life, but like in my business, I wanted to
Yeah.
basically give up on my. So and that actually awakened something in me, like maybe cleared out any limiting like belief or whatever I had inside of me. And like, because I had a different outlook afterwards on life for the most part. I was much happier. I was more in tune with connected more to my body, like, and connected more with myself, and like I mattered, like I'm an important person, and, I started seeing myself more in a positive light. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, you know, why don't I just do what I like to do and just see where it goes? So like
Which
then,
is at that time, which is what? You were like, let me do what I like to do. What did you?
so that's when I'm like, so what is that? What do I like to do? Like what, and I wasn't getting any clarity on that. And then I'm like, I'm like I like this, like the whole like the breath work, right? And I'm
Mhm.
like, let me just like have fun with this. So like I was started to do like little TikTok videos on actually a short little breathwork session, or like tips on how to down regulate yourself, calm down, like ways to go to sleep, and stuff like that. And I've been getting a lot of response. So like, but I actually was just doing it because I liked it, like because I was doing all these things myself. So
That's how
um,
it starts.
so I didn't, it was, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not into this coaching business, but I'm like, maybe it was just something that I wasn't resonating with. I'm like, so let me just take some time off and see what I can just do, right? And that's when I kind of like reconnected with myself, and I did another one of those journeys, a different kind, and then from there I started to find a little bit more balance in my life. Like I focused a lot more on the present moment, living in the present moment with
Mhm.
especially like focusing more on my, family and kids, and just like, not that I pushed anything aside business wise, but like I just gave it like, put it in a drawer, because that wasn't it for me. So I'm like, maybe, and this was what it felt right. So I started to just basically be with my family and just, go with the flow of life. And that's when I kind of like opened up to this randomly here and there doing the videos, and my email list I keep, I touch base with that kind of stuff on there, and it's not, and I've been getting a lot of feedback from that. So like I'm like, okay, I'm like, maybe, I'm like, I love doing it, so why don't I just do something with it? And that's when I actually created this. I actually already had 15, almost 15 people experience this journey, like that I created on my own. It's called the Self-Love and Forgiveness Journey. Um, what did it like? So it's like a music based thing
Mhm.
where it starts out like slower, when you first kind of get into it. There's a build up, and then usually there's a scream at the end, because a scream is like a huge release, but I'll get to that. But on top of it, I coach you through it, through every song, basically, so you're not stopping, so you keep going with it, because most people tend to like just not keep going. They want to like just stop. So I figure, so there's coaching around every song, and there's like a song or two where the words are just like, wow. So I just let the words speak. But for
Mhm.
the most part, yeah, I coached through it, and it's just a lot of people had really, really like amazing, like transformations after, like, and during it, like the process, your body like releases so much stuff that you're like cry. I've had people cry, like sob, shake, and some people yawn. There's a lot of this, like, for example, when you cry, because I know I did that a lot when I did my journey. Like I sobbed, like for no, like I didn't know I was doing it. It was just like I'm like, what's happening? Like I wasn't understanding it,
Because
but you're
the
not really
body
supposed
is
to understand.
releasing. The body, yeah. You
It's
said you're
releasing
in
work.
your body now.
Right. So that actually, interestingly enough, means that you're releasing grief, and there's something else that you release when you but either way, you're like the self-doubt and grief, I'm pretty sure, like that you're releasing, through crying and sobbing. Like you're just so, yeah, it's so profound. Like, cause you just feel like everybody has a different thing inside themselves, obviously that they're working on. So, but it touches on everything. Like it really does. It's whatever, certain songs really touch a person and they just really get into it. Their body just responds in a certain way because that part of their body, um, just something about that music or whatever it was, like just touched something inside of them that really triggered their body's reaction to do this. And, I've had them actually tell me afterwards that they felt like it was like the most magical thing ever. Because they felt like they were on the cloud afterwards. And now I have yet to, follow up with some of them. I have like a lot of testimonials too as well, that I'm
Mhm.
actually putting on my website. It's a work in progress, but like it's just like they opened up more in their business, and they opened up more in like in terms of like not hiding behind anything. So now they're more like not afraid to get, do a live, or not afraid to ask for something or stand their ground or stand up for themselves in a way without being afraid. So because their worth, their self-love is like, I feel like self-love is the most important thing there is, because if you don't love yourself, if you don't find that peace, it's like, how can you expect somebody else to do the
Yeah,
same? So
I talk about that all the time.
you do.
So,
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, and we're all stuck in this bubble. Like we think that we're supposed to behave a certain way, we're supposed to act a certain way. We can't show our emotions, and like that's the problem though. Like if we don't express our emotions, like we don't process certain situations, your body will always remember. That's how, like, the anxiety will manifest. That's how
mhm.
a lot of illnesses, like physical illnesses, will manifest in your body, because it's like it's taking you hostage. It's like it's tension in your body, and it's going to create a lot of like a toxic environment, so to speak, in your body. And like if you just like keep it at it, like, because when you think about it, when you when you get sad, right? Like for example, or something that doesn't go your way, or somebody says something, you get like there's always triggers, right? So what do? Do you just, like, a lot of people I know hold back, like, and they will not like say what they really wanted to say. And I'm not saying there, go ahead and like cuss people out. No, but like just express it in a way where, let's say someone said something to you that you didn't like a friend offended you in some way, right?
Mhm.
Um, like what do you do? What do you do in that area? Because like you don't want to like lose a friendship, but you also feel hurt. Um, so do you just like back off, or do you, say something, right? Like, so my thing is to say something, because and in a way where it, the other person understands how what they may have, done, said that has, hurt you or something, and you can say that in a way where it's still, you're getting it off your chest, and you're letting them know that, you don't appreciate that, and whatever it is. Like, I'm going to give you an example because I'm not sure, like, if this is getting across. So recently, and I am live, so I don't know, these people might see it, so I don't, whatever. But I have like a couple friends who are, from grade school since I was, I don't know, 10 years old, maybe. And we've been friends for like 30 years or so, 25. And, obviously people fall apart. Everybody goes their own way, kind of thing, like, which is part of life. I believe in that. You meet people along the way that, are supposed
Totally.
to enter your life. And that I'm good with that, and that's how it kind of happened a little bit. My one friend went away, she lived somewhere else, and then, everybody has their own job, and that's just life. However, a couple years ago, when COVID hit, everybody had a different, it was something different and something big and something like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? Scary, right? So like, but once we got through that, that time, my one friend and I noticed um, we stopped talking. And it's because she said that I posted something, which I don't remember, but maybe I did, that she doesn't align with something about healthy eating habits and
Hmm.
how food can help you heal and all of that stuff. And, a healthier lifestyle type of thing. So like nothing, I don't think I've necessarily said anything bad or pushed anything on anyone. I just promoted what I believe, you could be helpful. So, and she like attacked me on social media, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, because
So,
you're
and,
at this point, you're like, what did I say? Like, I don't even know what I said.
but long story short, like, I ended up cutting ties with her, mostly because she, even though I'm not the type to just like write anybody off, like, because everybody is allowed their different beliefs. Everybody has a way of life, and that is totally okay. But like, if you can't even give someone a benefit of the doubt, like, like, hey, maybe, this could work, but, in a way, she kind of pushed me aside, and she's like, nope, my way is the way. So, and she's like, I just can't talk to anyone who thinks otherwise. I'm like, okay, okay. I mean, like, it is what it
Like,
is.
sayonara, like, I mean, what can you do at that point?
So this brings me to my point, like, that I'm trying to make. So now, sometime later, my two friends that I still talk to, and I'm really good friends with her, have a good relationship. We align with a lot of stuff. She decided to have a birthday, somewhere to celebrate, and she wanted to let me know that they're all doing it and that I'm not invited because she did not know how I would react or something with my other friend. And I'm like, so you just went on and did this without like talking to me? Like, I just felt like, I'm like, okay. I'm like, little, like, now I feel like I'm the most horrible person because like I would like attack someone. I'm like, and she's like, no, that's not it. That's not it. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let it go. I'm like, I just want to let you know, and this is like an example of what I told her. I'm like, I just want to let you know that this hurts. I'm like, it doesn't feel
Yeah.
right to me. I'm like, because I know that I am a good person, and I don't think I did. I'm like, in fact, I know I didn't do anything wrong. I'm like, and if someone, and so yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, and you're going to do what you're going to do, but just know that it just does not feel right in my core. So in a way, I let it out, and I'm like, fine. Like, later on, when I saw a picture of them, they post a picture on social media, of course, my old self would try to like comment and then try to get under their skin. And I'm like, nope, doesn't even bother
No
me.
point.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
so, and it's like, that actually is almost like a little bit of proof because it's how we go throughout our life after, like, and notice the little things that used to bother us, that used to trigger us, and when we catch ourselves in those moments when we don't get triggered as much, we don't lash out, we don't scream and yell, we don't like, our our inner child always screams, and like we always need to take care of that.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's just, wow. So this is after me doing a couple of, I want to say, my own journeys. So I did it through go watch that, please. Through like the program, that Facebook program, actually, no, the Facebook, I'm sorry, like through the Breath Masters that they have, the program. They offered a couple more. So like I did like a couple more, and they're not usually, some of them are shorter. They don't all have to be 45 minutes. Some of them are 30 minutes. It really depends on, it also depends on the heaviness of the weight that the person carries and how much healing they need. So because everyone's different, some people struggle, in a way where like just with life things, everyday life things, the stressors of life, having to do multiple roles in the house, getting just really overwhelmed. You're finding that there's like, you're like, oh my God, I don't have time for this, or like, this is never going to get done. Like, you just like your head gets in the way of you and living in the present moment and just living a happy life. And because we're just, so conditioned to just run, 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 go, go, go. And like, we don't stop and breathe for a minute. And that's why, like, a lot of people's like, well, I don't have time for this. I don't have time, 45 minutes for this. Yeah, you do. Like, you can make time,
Yeah.
because once you do, you're going to realize just how much time you're going to have later on, because it's going to open up.
Yeah, because it's like you're creating more time for yourself.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, because now I don't really stress out. Like in the morning, I'll get up. I make it my mission to, like, this is actually also promoting like a habit forming, like a lifestyle type of thing, which I did never really had. And now in the morning, I get up an hour and a half earlier, and I do, it's my self time basically. I do 10 minutes of my own breath work. Just I put on like self music or whatever I want to listen to, and I put headphones on, and for 10 minutes I just do that deep breathing. And the clarity I get after, the energy that starts to flow through me, it's like almost like a cup of coffee. And
So then
yeah,
do
to
you need your coffee? That's the question. Like you're doing the breath work in the morning. Do you feel like you need coffee?
no, I don't feel like I need coffee now. I still have it. It's just
Yeah.
because it's like a small little cup, but that's just no. But I don't need, and it's decaf, so I only have like decaf. So yeah, no, I don't really need coffee. You don't need coffee after that, to be honest. Like, it actually gives you energy, and the longer you do it, obviously, the more you will get. But I find that, as a morning practice, with, sometimes we do have tight schedules, so we do need to fit in some things in a short amount of time. And 10 minutes for me, breath work, and then I do like about 5 minutes of meditation, just like quiet time with my head, with
Mm-hmm.
myself, because I noticed that I'm able to stay more in the meditation and not let my thoughts run through when I do the breath work, because um, it just like clears it. Like, but before, I used to just like have running thoughts all the time. Even though I woke up, it was just still impossible for me to meditate. But now I'm just like with the quiet, and it's just like it's like all these. It's like a tingling sensation through your body, and it just feels like good. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get out of bed, like, and so I give myself that time, and then I'll do some visualizations, and then I'll just like take it slow in the morning. I'll look outside at the sunrise, or like I'll just like be with myself and just not rush before my kids wake up, um, and then it's just much easier. I have an easier kind of attitude and a demeanor throughout for the day. I tend to be more calm, I want to say, like calmer, because as you see, kids can sort of touch on that.
They can send you on all kinds of roller coasters.
Yeah, roller coaster for sure. And I mean, like, I'm not here to say that I'm perfect and I don't get triggered and I don't get like, you know, sometimes snap. That's just human. That's like being, alive. Like,
Right.
you're breathing. You're gonna have those moments, like, and it's okay to have those moments. It's just how fast you stay, like, snap out of it, or whether you choose to stay in it. You know what I mean? Like, because if you stay in it in the long run, like for days, then it's just gonna not be a healthy way to live. Like, and it's just gonna drag you down. and make your days harder and, harder. And so I find that, yeah, breath work has just been like a lifesaver to me, to be honest. And um, even like, so my next step here is to get my husband to do it. Because a lot of
Does
people are
he
very,
does he have reservations around it, around the breath
well,
work?
no, I mean, like he is, like, he's not against it. He just like, I have to lay down there and I have to breathe. I actually have to do something. And I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, nobody can just wave a magic wand and, you're like, hey, poof, you're free of all this stuff. Like, I wish. But I'm like, you're like the driver. Like, you're in control of
Mhm.
your life. You're in control of yourself. And people I find that others think that, you need someone to make it go away. You need an outside source to make it go away. Where the magic really is in you. Like, you can
Yes,
do it yourself.
the
And
magic is in you. Yes.
it's free. To be honest, like, air is free. You sit there, like, and literally change yourself, and it's just so profound, and yeah, it's like there's no, and my husband's like, listen, I'm open to it, whenever we'll have our time, we can do it. Like, he's like, but do I really have to do it for 45 minutes? Let's start
Yes.
slow. But
Well, you know what, Agnieszka, it's like all of this stuff, breath work, yoga, even just simple working out, going to the gym, kickboxing, weightlifting, whatever somebody proposes to a person and it's new, there's definitely a fear because you're thinking, is this really going to work? Like, I have all of this stress, I have all of this anxiety, the kids are sending me this, the job is making me do this, I got to worry about my mom, the traffic, all of this long laundry list. And we don't think this, what seems as a simple step, breath work, massage, meditation, how is that going to help? Well, I'd say try it. Try it just like you did. You signed up, you saw it on Instagram and you're like, what is this breathwork journey? Let me see. I'm going to investigate. I encourage people try it because how will you know? That's what I found out with massage. I didn't know how great and beneficial massage therapy was until my cousin took me to a spa one day. It was her. Like, this was before I got my massage license or any of that. And by being on that table, I said, if I can feel this good, I need to do something to make other people feel this good too. So a couple of years after that, I enrolled in massage therapy school. But people just have to take that leap of faith because you can't experience the magic just from hearing it from somebody else. You got
no,
to do it yourself.
that's what I mean. Like, you just can't be driven by fear. Like, it's almost like, fear is good because it keeps us, in a way, in a place, like, where safe, like, if like an
Mhm.
animal's running at you, obviously you're going to be scared and like react. And this is like, adrenaline hits and this is what you do. But like, you're literally not being chased by anything, like, so like, especially to me, I mean, like, I know a big thing for me is that it's free. A lot of people like offering this for free. And I'm like, if it's free and you don't try it, then like, you'll never know. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, people go out and pay, I mean, like, enormous amounts of money for like college. And sometimes they're just
Yeah.
paying that off for the rest of their life with not even a lot of like feedback from it, like, or you know what I mean, like, but this is like, to me, something like, people have had like transformations, like life transformations from one session, one. So like, not
That's
even
amazing.
like, even through my breath master program, I've learned that there was a woman who was like, had really really bad trauma in her life, and like, she was like a victim of, somebody broke in her house and attacked her when she was little. And she carried that throughout her whole life. At like 60 some years old, She's been through all kinds of therapy. You name it, you name the therapy, she's been through it. She's been on medication, and
Yeah.
like until she did the breathwork journey, she's like, I might as well try it. Like, because there's nothing, I'm like, what else can go wrong? Like, nothing. She says now, like, and she used to sleep with her doors locked in her bedroom, like
Oh,
bolted
in the
shut. But
bedroom. Wow.
so, and now she supposedly doesn't do that anymore. She just like leaves her doors open, even sometimes doesn't lock her house door. So now she's just like
She feels
that,
safe. She feels safe and secure.
yeah. So she had that like fear inside of her, like that, was really in her, and she couldn't really, she always lived her life in fear, like, and until she did that, she just says it was like almost like living in a prison and then breaking out. So this is what really felt like physically. She just like felt like a big weight was lifted off. I don't know her journey personally. This was shared in my program, but that I remember the pieces from it, the details, and it's just to me with like stuck home. I'm like, if this can do that to one person, I'm like, imagine what it can do to a lot of other people. Like, and yeah, especially to me, like it really turned, like, I don't know, whatever, like, because a lot of people think that also they're going to like go back and relive their traumas and all of that stuff, where in fact you don't. You are not reliving anything. You don't go back in time. Whatever happened to you, like any like trauma or anything that's like, your mind just hid to protect you, you're like, that will come out through your body. You will not consciously relive that. So, and your body will release that, from within, and it may take one session, it may take a couple, but like, now I just practice it once a month for like an upkeep, like the journeys. Like I basically like maintenance, like you're maintaining a car or like you're maintaining whatever. So you just, that's how I do kind of like a refresher. And every time it's something different, like every time I release something, because we still are living, we still are going through our life motions, we still, but, um, everybody needs maintenance. Everybody needs an upkeep because a lot of things can take you down, like unexpected life situations, maybe like a death in the family, God forbid, or there's like your child gets diagnosed with some kind of disorder or whatever it is, like it's like a shot at you and it can break you. Like a lot of that stuff can break you. Like it broke me when I found out my son had autism like years ago. So like, but I wish I had that then, but obviously we all grow and learn through time. So I always tell people, whatever you're going through, whatever hard things you're going through, just don't look at it as something that's bad that's happening to you. Like, why me? Why me? Instead, look at it as a lesson. Like, what
Mm.
is the lesson that can come out from this? Or what am I here to learn? Like, what do I need to learn from this? And to be honest, like, if you're asking yourself these questions, like, you will get your answers, like, throughout as you go about your days. Um, and things will start to get better because, we obviously, if something tragic happens, we'll, need to process that. Don't ever not process it, scream, cry, whatever you need to do. Um, but just come back to, and, you just come back to yourself like, this is awful. Like, but, I can come out of this. I can do this. There's a lesson in this. I'm going to be stronger because of this. Like, because you are going to be stronger because of it. Um, life is just crazy. Like it just, like you never know from one day to the next. But what you can do is just, you can do something for yourself where it's just good
Definitely.
for, good for the entire body, not just, your mental health, which is big, huge to me, but like physical health as well. There's people who have come out from asthma, they don't need inhalers anymore through breath work. And it's like a lot of that, like it helps with, like, to be honest, it helps with digestion, of your food, whatever, like a lot of things are all like holistic. Like, I mean, it's a holistic thing. And I always just thought, and meditation's great. I do meditation as well, combined with breath work to calm the mind. Like there's like down regulating breath and then there's up regulating breath. So obviously you don't want to do an up regulating breath at 9 o'clock at night. You might be up. You might be up.
4 hours, like it will be up
So
for hours. Now you have an event coming up on Saturday, is that right?
yeah.
Like a breathwork journey. Tell us more about that.
Okay, so this one, since I had such really good feedback from my other one, um, I decided to create this new one because of what I went through in April. I
Mhm.
just like broke down and like I didn't know how to come out. And then, so I kind of like, I took those feelings and I put a list of songs together that really, really hit me and made me really touched on a lot in my body, a lot of strings, a lot of whatever. And like, I just sat with it for weeks and went through each song and whatever words flowed through me, like the coaching around it. And I'm like, yes, this is what I would want to hear. This is what I would want to hear, so it's called Enough is Enough, from breaking down to breaking through. And it's like a somatic breathwork journey. It's a 90-minute session
Yeah.
where in the beginning I just do an introduction of it all and the why behind it, what happens, the emotions associated with it, and how you can, how you can keep going with it, how you can take that journey and keep going with it further if you choose to. So basically, I am done creating it. I still have to do a run through myself because I usually experience my own things before I put them out. So I'm going to do this on myself before my own event. So, and I am just like so excited about it. Like I can't wait because I love seeing people afterwards. Like, because not everybody's coming in there all intrigued and like curious, like what
Yeah,
is
like
this?
what is
What's
this?
going on? Like, and I'm sure there's going to be some skeptics, and maybe not. I hope not. But like, I I am really there to whoever signed on, to show them just how good they can feel after, how much magic it can really do inside their body. Because you know I can't even explain, to be honest, like you said before, these things cannot be explained, described in a way until you experience it on your own. Because
Yeah, for sure.
I am just like, my last one was like really great, but this one I feel like is beyond. So and it's just, yeah. So I mean, like that's all I have to say about it.
How can
Um,
how can people register to come to the session? Be enough is enough.
okay, so actually the link can be found on my website, which is in my profile on
Okay.
Instagram and on Facebook. So when you click that link on my profile, it'll take you to my website, and then there's a link there to register for that, and it's free. It will be recorded, and everybody will have access to the replay for about 3 days, because then I have to kind of take it down after that, and um, yeah. So, but it's totally free, and like it's just an experience of a lifetime. I tell people like, just do it. Like, I mean, like you have literally nothing to lose, and like if you hate it, then you just then you move on, and it's not for me. But I don't think that will happen, because you most of the time a lot of people come out of it with a different thought. process, an outlook on the whole thing. And if not the whole thing, their life, how much it's like, wow. And like, I did an inner child journey that someone
Yeah.
had. And wow, like I have never cried more. So because I could just reconnect you with like that little person inside of you that's like, really needs something, really needs that love or needs that, you know, touch, that personal touch. And that's another one that I'm actually creating. So it's like, and it's not going to be ready for a little while because it's just, it's a process. It's a work.
Yeah,
It takes a while.
you're
Like
taking your time, yeah, to develop it.
now, my sessions, they usually are for the most part personalized. So because there are some people that will not resonate with like a certain type of music that I resonate with, which is okay. Not everybody will do that. Everybody has different likes, dislikes. That's totally fine. However, like for the whole collective, I resonate with it and like it touched on me, and I feel like that it's going to touch on everybody. So, but it can be personalized. Sessions can be personalized to the type of music that they resonate with, and it can be just healing music, like the frequency music out there. There's so much stuff, like you can find on even on YouTube.
Yeah,
Um,
I learned that with doing massage. Like I would play a variety of music depending on the client because they would tell me their preferences. So I
right.
pick, oh yeah, we're gonna listen to Nora Jones, or we're gonna just listen to frequency like 528 hertz with this one. So yeah, it definitely makes
So
a
that's
difference, and it's good you allow them to pick their
what,
selections.
yeah, and that's mostly because it's for them. It's for them to heal like that. I don't like to use that word because people seem to be sometimes, I don't know why, turned off by that word, but like it really is
What, people
true.
are turned off by the word heal?
I feel like, like when they think heal, like you're going to be healed, they think it's magic and all of that stuff,
But
but it
it's
is
a
magic. So
process. It's a process. That's why healing often has an ing. It's never heal. Okay, I turned 30. Now I stop. No other trauma, no triggers are going to hit me. I don't need to. That's not
yeah,
how it
no,
works.
no.
This is a continuous journey.
Yeah. And, and I got to tell you, um, I had a lot of money blocks, a lot of money issues, like where because obviously we all know that like everything went up in price, and a lot of things out there are expensive, and I can see that, and I am not closed off to that.
Hmm.
That's why I also make my sessions really affordable, like because I just don't, I just want people to really, really heal, really come out of whatever they're going through, so they don't have to rely on like medication or
Yeah,
years of therapy. You can heal yourself with just only a couple sessions, and then just do maintenance on it, like yourself,
yeah,
like on your own. Like you will not you will not need me forever. Like this is just something to start with, something to show you the way, and that you really can do this. Like everybody is capable. That's what I tell people. Everyone is capable of doing this. There is no person out there that can't do this. Like, and I mean, it's a choice you have to make. It's do I want to spend years of therapy, or do I want to be on this medication forever, or do I just want to take a couple sessions and just have a
yeah.
different
Yes,
outlook?
it's a
I mean,
choice.
like it sounds, I know how that sounds, but it's true. Like it's like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, it will take some work on your part, because you are going to have to work. But it's only like for a little bit of time, and then just like for a lifetime of, basically a lifetime of incredible feeling, like, I guess, to not feel stuck anymore, to not feel depressed, to not feel angry all the time or pushed all the time. Like my biggest thing is that I get to stand in my own damn shoes now. Sorry for the language, but
Yeah.
like I used to have people push me over all the time, tell me what I should do, tell me this or that. I used to actually ask people, what should I do in this? What should I do? What should I do? And I'm like, why can't I decide that for myself? So like, and then like I can, and like everybody else can, like you can, like, just tell people, be yourself. I mean, like, some people will not like you for who you are truly, and you have to be okay with that. Like, not every, that's my thing, like, to be okay with not being liked by everybody else, by other people that do not resonate,
Yeah, because
and
you're definitely not going to be liked by everyone. I mean,
no, not really. No. And there will be naysayers, and there will be people who always try to put you down on some level, and you just have to just stay strong and just stay in your power, stay in your shoes. And like, I got this. Like, this is like, it's just empowerment in a way. I know, I know what must run through people's heads when they hear this. How, like, that they can, they can actually come out of this with like only a couple sessions, like, or one session, like what? Like, a lot of people probably wonder, like, how can this be possible? But it's possible because your breath is like you breathe every day, right? Like, so your body works on breath. You would not be living if you didn't breathe. That's your automatic way. That's like it's automatic. You don't have to force it, right? But we're not taking, but like, when you actually do connected breathing, you are taking in more oxygen. We're already made up of 98% of oxygen in our body, so you're never going to run out. Um, People are afraid, like, if they hold their breath, oh my, I'm going to stop breathing. No, you're not. Eventually, your body's just going to, you're not going to stop breathing ever. So like, and it's just clears. It just gets deep down inside. Like, you know what? After this, like, if you're watching, go and like give yourself 10 minutes and just do the breath work for 10 minutes, like 5 minutes. Do it for 5 minutes, because it's like, even after 5 minutes, you'll see what it feels like. And it's just like, this is interesting. I wonder how it could be later on. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to say, that I actually never really touched on. I wanted to go back a little bit. During the journey, you can have breath holds and a scream at the end, right? Depending on
hmm
how you run the journey, how you structure it. So in this upcoming one, I have one breath hold and one scream. So the breath hold is, you're building up all this energy throughout your breathing, the songs you're breathing through. And it can get a lot and a lot. And sometimes if people are doing it for the first time, they can release a lot of stuff. So I found that after a few songs, you don't need to scream, but hold your breath for like 30 seconds, and like, it's all guided. And then, I talk you through it, and then I say you release, like, and you just like let go of the breath, and just come to your regular breath pattern. And then you start back up again for another couple songs, and that's even more of a build up. So then you release that through a scream, because I don't know about you, but like, every time, if you ever did this, I know I've done it, that when you're, get so angry at something, like, I just
Oh,
scream. Like, when I scream,
yeah,
I
I
just
scream. I do. Yeah, I may do it like when nobody's here, but
yeah,
yeah,
right, right,
you
right,
have
right.
to. You gotta release. You gotta let it out somehow.
Now, naturally, I have kids, so I wasn't doing these sessions and screaming in the whole house. They would think of something happening to me. So what I
Exactly.
advise people to do is to have a pillow next to you, and just scream into the pillow. You can't hear that. Like, I did that, and nobody could hear me from the other room. So, so I don't ever, like, I actually promote that, like, because it's such a big release, huge release at the end. And then you just, you close off a little bit, you go back to your regular breathing pattern after that. And then, We kind of integrate a lot of stuff since your subconscious mind is like literally open and ready to receive like all this new information, all this, um, you know, new affirmations, like basically affirmations afterwards, positive ones, and how to move on and keep going with your day ahead and all that stuff. So it's really, really awesome. Like, especially the ending when I just like how I put the ending together. I cried as I was doing it, like as I was writing it. So because
Well,
that's
that just
how I,
lets you know it's connecting, and it means it's going to do what it needs to do on Saturday. Because if
yeah,
you're trying as the facilitator, you're connecting with your emotions. There's no reason why the attendees are not either.
right, right. And I mean, it's just a journey. Like I tell people, it's like a journey like no other. Like once you start going on that path, once you're entering that path, you're not going to want to turn around. So that's the whole point. That's, you just like, it's almost like a taste of the medicine that's going to show you what's possible and how you can, you know, how capable you are of everything. How, it's going to show you how you already, you may be a little bit broken, but we're going to put it back together. We're going to put the pieces back. It doesn't have to be shattered all the time, um, like I feel like I shattered like a glass, or I use it actually the cookie analogy, cookie crumbs, like I crumbled like a cookie. Like that's what it felt like when I was going through my hard time in April. And I felt like I'm not amounting to anything. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I'm like, I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5 job. Like, I mean, like that's okay if some people love that. I'm not saying don't do that. Like, if you love your job, and that's great. I'm just saying that I was, stay-at-home mom for the longest time. I have a lot of degrees. I have a lot of the stuff, and then I'm like, what am I going to do with my? I'm like, I spend a lot of money. What am I going to do? Like, so, and I found like
Yeah,
breathwork
I
is
know you spend a
something
lot. Like we've been through some of these things together, so I know
I feel
some of
like,
these
yes,
programs.
I feel like this has a purpose for me. Like this has such a purpose because it it healed my soul, to be honest. Like it healed my soul, and like my kids can see it, my kids can feel it. I still have a lot of um you know my all my kids are different ages, so they're all going through stages in life. Like now my 14-year-old is going through his 14-year-old phase, teenager phase. So I'm like,
He's a
I need to
man
speak his
now.
language. So I need to start
Say
learning how to
that again.
speak his language, and like
Oh yes, speak his language. Yes,
and
yes.
and not want to like strangle him sometimes, like so that takes like some perseverance there. But I feel like I'm pretty strong in that. Like I know when to back off, I know when to not say something. And I notice that sometimes I will catch myself like that I get triggered by what he says. And then I'm like, okay, no, step back because I'm about to like freak out, right? So I take a couple breaths. Like I actually do that. Take up, and he's like, "What are you doing? That's stupid." Like, and he will try
Well,
to agitate me.
watch. Like I just said, he's going to be implementing it himself. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him eventually. So he's my little project. So that's like for the next couple of months. Because now, so I do have to say that first time in about 13 years, I'm finally going on a vacation in August
What?
for 2 weeks. Yeah,
Nice.
with him, with my son. So I feel like this was like a gift um, handed to me from like up above because it's like I need to reconnect with him. I need to figure out who he
So you're
is.
just
And
it'll just be your son, not your other children.
no, me and him are going back to where I originally came from, which is Poland. We're visiting my family for 2 whole weeks. We're showing him my parents, my dad mostly are going to take him and me and show him some of the culture. And I feel like it's going to be like a really good experience for him. And, because obviously everybody is going through life. Kids, have a lot on their minds all the time. They're going through puberty. They're going through a lot of changes and
Yeah,
like,
I see it
maybe
with my nephews, teenage nephew. Yeah.
so I feel like this is going to be a good thing. And yeah. So I have this like really cool, so at the end of my breath work, not at the end of it, but like the journey, I will share something that I have like a magical offer for everyone to like if they choose to move on and like keep going with themselves. Like if if this resonates with them and they just want to keep going for a couple sessions, I have something for them. And the extra bonus that I'm going to give everyone, if they're in attendance, is an extra month with me because the month of August is going to be like I'm not going to be in
Yeah,
there for
you
two
won't be
weeks.
working. You'll be on vacation. Yeah.
So, but it's not like I'm going to leave anybody empty that month. So, like in the beginning of the month, there's going to be something, and at the end of the month, it's going to be something. So, like before I leave, I'm going to run like a group meditation slash breath work session. That's like 30 minutes, and then at the end, and any questions, whatever, and then at the end, I have something called basically kind of ground yourself and kind of get ready for September and for whatever's coming type of thing. So that month is going to be just a little bit different. And so everybody will have access to me if they really need to ask burning questions like through messenger or something or whatever it is that I'm going to put forth. So I'm just like really excited because like I really want people to just step into the power, see their worth, because they just have so much, even if you're not going out there to be an entrepreneur or for business or whatever, even if you're just, feeling down with life, if you're feeling like, everything's hard, everything's just like the anxiety, like you're just so like pent up with anxiety and you're just like, you feel like buried under this whole pile of rocks and like you just, need a little help. Like, and this is gonna be it. And I don't make promises ever to people, but it's a promise that it's going to make a difference, and because I know
Yeah,
it in my.
I'm coming myself because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, this sounds like something I could benefit from.
You sure everybody
Um,
can benefit from it,
yeah.
every single person. And yeah, and this is also, I will also stress some of this during the journey, but like, I would like to see everyone I want them to know that they're in there, they're safe. This is like a safe zone, safe spot. There's never any judgment. I'm the type where, you know, judgment free. Like I can't judge somebody because we are not perfect humans. Like none of us are perfect and we all make mistakes. And, I've been judged and ridiculed most of my life because of my language. And like, I just been, affected by that. And just, people are mean. It's life, but
When are you done your car?
soon, honey.
When?
I don't know yet.
When?
When I'm done.
When are you done?
Couple minutes. How's that?
She wants to know. She's like, when are you going to be finished? She's like,
Almost. Almost. I do have to eat breakfast. But so yeah, it's like it's safe place, and I've seen it all. Like I've seen like because your body is going to release, your body's going to react, and some people release through laughing. They laugh a lot, like, and it's just like it's nothing wrong with it. Like you just releasing all that pent up energy and all whatever you just need to
let it out.
coming
Yeah,
out of
you do.
volcano. It's almost like a volcano, but slowly coming out and in a safe and healthy way, so there's nothing to be afraid of. It's like the safest form of therapy there is. There's hardly ever any,
Look, Mommy, I can see all.
Amelia, you better wash that first. There's hardly ever any like nobody's ever had any negative experience from it, as far as I know. So, and because you are in
Think
control.
about it, you're using your own breath. Like you're using your own breath. Yes, you are there to facilitate and guide and direct, and you have these songs and you have all of this
It's
kind
gonna be
of,
great.
yeah.
Great. Yeah. And I mean, like, and it gets the reason for the coaching is behind it is because it does get tough. Like, and I know that if I didn't have that guide, I would stop. Like, I would probably stop after like a song because it just gets to be like a workout almost. Like, feels like a workout.
Yeah,
But
because I've attended, I haven't, I did some breath work. I used to do these things on Sundays, like once a month. And yes, and the lady would coach us through it. And because you're like, I can't do it anymore because she's doing all these variety of breaths. And I'm like, again, I don't know. Like, I
I'm like,
don't
no,
know
you're
everything.
doing it. I'm like, you're tough. Keep going. You know, you got
Yeah.
this. Like, there's no stopping, no stopping now. Like, you want to stop? No. Like, I mean, like, you have to be a little bit, soft, gentle, yet stern in a way because people need that. People need the sternness, like, as well. You know, like,
Mhm.
I'm all about the whole being as gentle as possible, but also I feel like you need the push. People need the push. And I don't, and it's always depth over speed. So never try to do anything like that too fast because you're just going to burn out and it's just not going to get far. So like I always just take slow breaths, do slow breaths. So, um, yeah, I mean, like it's going to be magical. I mean, like that's the way I'm going to describe it because,
Mommy,
and I'm going to say it because
Mommy,
I
mommy,
actually have the
mommy,
power to
peel
say
it.
it now.
Mommy, peel this.
And I am pretty darn good at it.
Mommy, peel this.
So you're gonna have,
Mommy,
Because
peel
you
it.
know, you're confident. Like you, yeah, you know it for
I
sure.
can guarantee you, an experience for sure. And however, there's gonna be post journey is always like, you just in your own world. And there's no basically, some people come to easier and some people still want to be in it. And like you are there for as long as you need to be. There's like, I have like a whole
Inside out loud.
playlist to kind of like keep you in that state, to kind of keep you like whenever you're ready to get up, because not everyone, a lot of people like to just be with themselves for that time or whatever. That's why I have it marked as 2 hours, but it's however, when you're done the whole thing, it's up to you when you come out of it, like whenever your body lets you. So it's always like a personal journey, whether you're doing it as a collective or on your own. And
Super pretty.
yeah, so if I could lay there for
Super
the longest
pretty.
time, I totally would. So yeah,
You need to stop talking.
here, go
Yeah.
eat it. So
Yeah, so I'll make sure to share the link to your website with everybody on this live video, and this will be posted to YouTube as well. And that way, more people can come to experience on Saturday, because Saturday it's called Enough is Enough, from breaking down to breaking through. This is a breathwork journey that Agnieszka is hosting for everybody. You definitely want to be there.
yes, so to give everybody, like, well, I mean, like, we can end if you have to go, but to give everyone a little taste of it, like this is how,
Look, Mommy.
yeah.
Oh.
Thanks. She's very
Mommy, how many?
she's always next to me, like,
How
and
many cups?
mommy this, mommy that, mommy can I do this, and now I have
Cut
to
it.
cut her a kiwi. So
Cut it, Mommy.
yeah, multitasking has
Cut it.
not always been my greatest strength, but I'm trying here. So to leave you with a little bit of like a preview, I want to say. So this type of breath, like if you want to like try it on your own, for just a little couple minutes, like you don't have to
Yeah.
do like whatever. You are gonna basically here go through. Hang on one second. Napkin here. the way I do it is I usually take one of my hands and I put one on my belly and one on my chest. And you want to feel your belly expand and then your chest expand. So it's like a two-part breath. Now, a lot of people, before I do this, show you this, a lot of people have issues with like, they overcomplicate all this stuff all the time. So like when that happens, I always, they one part breath, which is just deep breath into the belly, as long as it expands and then out. So, but I'm going to show you the two-part breath, how it looks like. Like, I mean, I know you don't see my belly, but like, it goes through the mouth. So watch my mouth. I'm breathing into the belly first and then into the chest. I don't know, you can't see my, like as long as you're like, I'm gonna try to do this with my back hurting, but like when I lift up, right? So like I have my hand here on my chest, it goes like this. So basically, and you keep kind of it flow like during the journey, the breath flows like that from one to the other with no stop in between. But like I said, don't speed up. Like, I mean, like eventually when you're a pro, if you want to speed up and however you want to do it, that's fine. But I find for myself that I just do it better slower. You're getting that effect still, and you're like actually bringing more into your body, and like it just works for me. What do you need to tell me?
I want to watch Incredibles.
You want to watch The Incredibles? Okay,
TV.
fine, I'll put it on.
Sound like something I want to watch too.
This is actually so like
Incredibles.
this is funny because we actually just seen that movie that just came out. Oh my gosh,
It's
the
not
one with
Inside Out, is it?
Inside Out. Inside Out too. I just actually took her and my older son to the movies to see it the other day, and it's literally it's if you haven't seen it, like every adult should see the
Yeah,
movie.
I plan to see it. I of course saw the first one, and I know this one introduces anxiety. So I'm like, yeah, need to
It
see that.
literally, like, I mean, like, I was thinking about actually getting a movie clip and showing that during my webinar, but like, I couldn't find one anywhere. But it's just like what happens, it shows you what happens in your head when anxiety takes over. And it was literally like a twister in your head. Like, it was just like
A
you, like,
twister like a
all the
tornado?
yeah, all the emotions, all the other emotions couldn't get through. Like joy couldn't get through, sadness couldn't get through, anger, nothing could get through. Like because the anxiety was so like she just wanted like I just want things to be perfect. I just want things to go this way. I just want things to go this way. What if it doesn't go this way? What if it like it was all of that chaos. Like, you're trying to the girl was trying to do the things that she didn't feel right about, like, and she was doing it because she wanted to fit in, and that in turn created the anxiety to just kind of like get more anxious and like get more like hyped up in a way in there until to the point where it's like it was hard to stop it. So until eventually, if you see the movie, like, joy breaks through and all that stuff. But like, it's because it's possible, because I want to tell you that when you breathe, like that breath will actually mitigate that anxiety, will blow the tornado down. So, and it's just truly profound. So, yes, I love that movie. The movie, like the first one and the second one is great. So, and somebody actually brought up an interesting point, like that they would like to see it from a boy's perspective, but because this is a girl's. But like to me, I feel like it's the same thing, aside from just you know, boys have obviously different ways of dealing with situations, like because they have different, just one hormone as opposed to girls,
Right.
So yeah, I will, honey. Okay. I mean, do you have any questions? Anybody else have any
Yeah,
questions?
no, I think we're good, and we got self-love organics on here, always supportive. Yeah, I know that you're all about the inner child. He's all about the self-love. So we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been good. I encourage everybody come to class on Saturday. It's going to be an experience. You'll be able to calm everything because enough is enough. Like
Yeah.
it's time to pause. It's time to get back to feeling like yourself again.
Time to step into the shoes you were, meant to step into. Like
Hmm.
go back to yourself, and stop being who you're not. Stop pretending, stop all of that. And you're just gonna feel like you're gonna stand in your power. You're not going to be, telling people like starting to be mean to people or anything like that, but you're just gonna have more authority over yourself and more knowing that you matter and that your voice matters, that, you can do things too, not just that person. Like that person's not better than you. There's nobody else. Nobody's better than you. Like, I mean, nobody's better than anybody, in my eyes. We are all on a different path in our lives and we all, do the best we can in life. And, I feel like my passion here is to help others see their own beauty, their own internal peace. So I'm here for you for that. If you have any questions about it prior, feel free to like reach out to me on Instagram or you can always message me through there or even Facebook or connect with me through my website. There's like links you can click on there to connect. And
Okay, everybody.
thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. And thank you again, Agnieszka, for coming back on Heart to Heart. All right. Bye,
Thanks for
everybody.
having me. Bye.